Okay, so we have this information here about our employees, and we're trying to determine what the payroll expense is based on a lot of information. And so we're trying to determine what the company owes for FICA Social Security, FICA Medicare, FUTA, which is federal unemployment taxes, SUTA, which is state unemployment taxes, health insurance, pension, and the total payroll expense. So the top part is what the company is paying for taxes and benefits, health insurance and pension. And then the bottom section is going to be what are the employees paying out of their salary and what is their total take-home pay going to be. So we're looking at this information here, and Social Security tax is 6.2% of every dollar up to $132,900. So that Social Security amount changes from year to year. So if you're doing payroll on a regular basis, you have to remain current with this current law. The current threshold for employee Social Security is that it's 6.2% of all salary up to $132,900. So first we're going to take $132,900 minus their gross pay for the year. And I'm going to put parentheses around that. And then we're going to take that amount times, and actually, I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to put some information down here. I'm going to put Social Security threshold is $132,900. Percent is 6.2%. Okay, so that's just going to help us. Then we have the Medicare holdings are 1.45%. And then FUTA and SUTA. So FUTA is 0.6. And SUTA is 5.4%. Okay, so now we're going to use that information to calculate their amounts. So we have all of this information here. So 6.2%. It's for the first $7,000 paid to each employee, the company's FUTA taxes and SUTA. So let's put that threshold there also. And then we have, oh, that's supposed to be gross pay, so that's fun. We pay 2/3 of the $60 per employee weekly health insurance, and employees have the remaining. We also contribute an extra 8% of each employee's gross pay to a retirement fund. So we have the FUTA and SUTA threshold is $7,000. And then we have health insurance of $60. And we have, so let's do the 2/3. Then that's going to give me February 3rd. Well, 2/3 is going to be $40. And the other remaining is going to be $20. And then we also have the retirement, which is 8%. Okay. So now our Social Security is going to be the threshold, and I'm going to lock that cell so we can copy this formula, minus their gross pay for the year, times 6.2%. And I'm also going to lock that cell. And so I'm going to copy that down so we get everybody's Social Security tax. Whoa. This is actually because they haven't gotten close to the threshold. It's just their gross pay times 6.2%. Okay, for Medicare, everyone pays Medicare on the full amount. So it's going to be their gross pay times, there is no threshold for Medicare, so it's times the 1.45%. I'm going to put, I'm going to lock that cell so we can copy that formula to get the Medicare amount. Okay. The FUTA, if they've been paid over $7,000 for the year, so this is going to be 0, and this is going to be 0, and same here. They don't owe anything here. So this, it's only going to be on $100 of that. So it's going to be 100 times, because they've had 6,900, so it's for the first 700. So 0.6, and this is 100 times 5.4%. And then here we have the full $400 times 0.6 and 400 times 5.4%. Okay, so the health insurance, we have that they pay the 2/3. Lock that cell. So that's for everyone. And then for the pension, we pay gross pay times 8%. I'm going to lock that to copy the formula also. Okay, and so there we're looking at what does the employer pay for each person. And then we're going to look at what is the employee's take-home pay. So for our total payroll expense here, we're going to do the sum of all the pay, gross pay. Okay. So we get the totals of all of those. So we get how much we have to pay each employee, and I'm going to extend those out with change. Okay. And then here the FICA and the Social Security tax are the same for the employee that they are for the employer. So we can copy those down. That you're going to pay health insurance of $20. Lock that. Put all that down. And so their total take-home pay is their gross pay minus the sum of all of their withholding. They gave us the withholding tax for each employee because it's different for each employee. So we get each of the employees' take-home pay. Okay. Now the last thing that we need to do is record the payroll expense. So we have from the employees side, so we're going to have payroll taxes expense, and then we're going to have FICA, Social Security taxes, and FICA, Medicare, and then we have SUTA and FUTA. Okay, so each one of those amounts for our totals. So our Social Security taxes, and this is just for the employer side that I'm recording right now. Medicare, total, SUTA, and total FUTA. Okay, and then the total payroll tax is the sum of all of these. Debits equal credits. So the payroll tax expense. Okay, then we're also going to have the other side where we record the how much we have to pay for the employees. And what we would do is we record these in a payable. And then when we pay them later, we pay cash. Okay, then for our employees, let's sum up all of these so it's easier for us to do these. So the first thing we did is just record the payroll tax expense. We would also have to record insurance and then pension expense. Okay, so now we're going to record what our payroll is. So we're going to pay our payroll, and the amount that we're going to pay out is the total here. And then we're going to record the FICA. And this would go in payable. So the amount here, FICA, Medicare. And we have income tax withholding. And all of this would go into payable, and then we would pay this every quarter. We would pay out the total payable in cash. And then we would have the health insurance. Actually, and then cash. This amount here is the gross pay. And then the amount paid in cash is the gross pay minus all of the withholding. Okay. In the next video then, we'll look at warranty and other liabilities.